Once upon a time, there was a young boy who dreamed of flying. He spent his days tinkering with machines and studying aerodynamics, determined to create a device that would allow him to take the skies. Despite countless failures and setbacks, the boy never gave up. He knew that progress requires perseverance and willingness to take risk. And finally, after years of hard work, he succeeded. He built a machine that could soar through the air like a bird. The boy's invention changed the world. It opened up new possibilities for transportation, exploration, and communication. And it inspired others to pursue their own dreams of progress, knowing that anything is possible with enough determination and innovation. The message of this story is that progress requires willingness to take risk, pushing boundaries, and never to give up on your dreams. If we want to propel progress forward, we must embrace these qualities and allow always to strive for something greater. District Director DTM Rania Aburub, district dignitaries, contestants, and role players, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I welcome you all on this wonderful Saturday afternoon to witness the DTAC 2022-2023 semifinals 2 International Speech Contest Group B. I am DTM Daniel Appiah, and I will be your Chief Sergeant-at-Arms. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. The District 105 mission is we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Now, for the smooth conduct of this virtual contest, some rules to be respected. Please keep mics on mute and videos switched off at all times, unless advised otherwise. Please keep all noise-making devices switched off or in silence mode. For the members of the Zoom meeting, please do not switch on your audio or video while the speeches are in progress, as this will disrupt the contestants. Only the chief judge, contest chair, and contestants will have to keep their videos on at all times. For the audience watching through YouTube channel, please use the chat box to communicate as and when instructed. Speakers are requested to refrain from speaking about politics, sex, and religion in their speeches. We all know how good it feels to receive words of encouragement and appreciation. I urge you to use the chat box on YouTube and express your appreciation for their speeches. Share the link with your loved ones and let them know about this incredible event. For those of you joining us on Zoom, use the reaction buttons. Let's express our emotions to let them know how much we value their words. Please note the online speech contest etiquette, which was shared on the screen earlier. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a Toastmaster who truly embodies the spirit of our organization. Through his dedication, hard work, and passion for public speaking and leadership development, this Toastmaster has made a significant impact on Toastmasters community. His commitment to helping others to grow and to succeed is an inspiration for us all. Please join me in welcoming this exceptional Toastmaster and thanking him for his contributions to our community. Our MC for today, Toastmaster TM Anand Natarajan.
Thank you so much, Chief Sergeant at Arms DTM Daniel Appiah, for both that splendiferous introduction to the meeting and your generous words towards my humble self. Welcome back after that timeout. Beloved district dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, wonderful friends, and beautiful guests. Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon. Greetings to everyone who is here in this meeting room or present with us globally to witness the mega event of the annual speech contest. Propelling Progress, District 105, DTAC 2023. As we all know, DTAC 2023 is a bilingual speech contest in Arabic and English for humorous, evaluation, table topics, and international speech categories. I am honored and privileged to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today in this second segment. I'm sure that we all are aware of our theme for this year's conference. It is Propelling Progress. And I'm even more sure of the fact that you all, like me, believe that these two words are not just a catchphrase. They are a concept, an attitude, and mindset which enables us to drive towards achieving our full potential, which makes us wake up in the morning and get into the gusto of the day, achieving all our goals, isn't it? When we talk about propelling progress, often I think of great leaders who have made a significant impact on our world, such as Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr. These iconic men have left an indelible mark on our history and humanity through their words and actions that have inspired change and made our world much better than it was during their times. But let me ask you a question. Is propelling progress only the job or domain of world leaders? I can see a lot of faces nodding, and I think I know what they mean. I know that they think of it as it's a mindset that any of us, and in fact, all of us should adopt, irrespective of our background, our professions, our gender, or our nationality. We see this mindset in everyday people who have made a difference. An example of Ada Lovelace comes to my mind, who was considered to be the world's first computer programmer. This woman had a unique vision, and she was able to identify the potential of computers. She said that they could do just much more than calculations. And it is her work and her insights that have paved the way for modern day computing. And today, we are on this virtual platform because of her work and contribution. I'm sure there are infinite stories from the business world of this mindset. Story which comes to my mind is that of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, who was once thrown out from the own company he founded. When he returned to Apple in the 1990s, Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy. And it was at that time he engineered its revival by launching a series of innovative products that we all either have or secretly want to have. Products such as the iPhone, iPod, and the iPad. When he was asked about his successes, he said that it is innovation that distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Another example which comes to my mind is of this mindset is that demonstrated by Henry Ford, the man who's known as the revolutionary in the automotive industry. He is the man who invented the assembly line because he had a vision of creating something new, something iconoclastic, and something much better than what was there. When he was asked about his invention, he said, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said they wanted faster horses. This quote, I think, is a reminder to all of us that propelling progress means going beyond the status quo and aspiring to reach the stars. I know we have spoken about great world leaders, great businessmen, but propelling progress is something we see in our day-to-day lives. We see it in the small acts of kindness that we extend to others or receive from them. We see it in the personal goals we set for ourselves. And we see it in the moments we choose to stand up and speak up for what is correct. I believe that it is this mindset that inspires us to be our best selves and that encourages us to create a positive impact on our community and the world around us. So today, let us take this mindset with us. Let us remember that propelling progress isn't about material success or achievements, but about creating a better, a just, a sustainable, and a harmonious world. In conclusion, I would love to leave you with the wise words of Eleanor Roosevelt, who once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Let us continue to dream big, to believe in ourselves, and to propel progress towards a brighter and a safer and a happier future for us all. Thank you. I would like to thank our sponsors for today, Nimbus Logistics and Cargo LLC, who offer a complete bouquet of logistics solutions. They are a part of the reputed Neil Kamal Group, and today, through their contribution, we are able to facilitate this DTAC 2023. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, to compel." So today, I urge you to witness this power of public speaking through the fascinating International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B. Now, I would like to invite the contest chair of this contest. She is a woman who dons multiple hats. She is a homemaker, a mother, an avid traveler, and an aspiring entrepreneur. She has been a Toastmaster for 4+ years, and in this short time has served in various leadership positions, including the VPE at her home club, TKM Toastmasters. I urge you all to please welcome Toastmaster Shanima Khalid to conduct the DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B with a thunderous round of applause. I urge you to please use your reaction buttons at your disposal to make her feel welcome. Toastmaster Shanima, over to you. The screen and this virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anand, for that lovely introduction. District Director, District Program Quality Director, District Club Growth Director, Division Directors, Area Directors, Dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon and greetings to all present here. It's my privilege to be your contest chair for the District 105 DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Group B. I have learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel, says Maya Angelou. Speaking is an art. If you can speak, you can influence. If you can influence, you can change lives. I welcome you all to the International Speech Contest. Let's witness how our speakers can make us feel through their words. Let's listen to our speakers who can not only speak, but also can influence. Not only can influence, but also can change our lives. Let's move into the session that can change our lives, the International Speech Contest. The purpose of today's contest is to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities and to recognize the best as an encouragement to all. To provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmasters training. Contestants, Our chief judge today is distinguished Toastmaster Cleta Crasta. Please join me in welcoming the judges and the chief judge. Before we commence the contest, please allow me to state the rules for this particular contest. The contestants shall have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 4 minutes 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes 30 seconds. The contestants have been informed of the timing signals. For the benefit of the audience, the timing signals shall be as follows. The green light will be turned on after 5 minutes and will remain on. Timer, please indicate the background. The yellow light will be turned on after 6 minutes and will remain on. I request the timer to indicate the background. The red light will be turned on after 7 minutes and will remain on till the speech is completed. No indication will be given to the contestant if he or she exceeds the time limits. Timing will begin with the contestant's first definite verbal or non-verbal communication with the audience. There will be 1 minute of silence after each contestant for the judges to complete their scores. During 1 minute silence and 3 minute silence, we will be displaying a story for you to follow, which will keep you engaged silently. Technical glitches. If contestant loses connection during speech, contester or chief judge stops the contest. Timer 1 stops and notes down the time elapsed. 2 minutes given for reconnecting. Contestant picks up from the last word. Doesn't get any grace time. If the contestant cannot connect in 2 minutes, the next contestant will be called upon and this contestant will be given an opportunity as the next contestant. If it's the last contestant who loses connection, should reconnect within 7 minutes. Protests may only be registered by the contestants or judges to either the Chief Judge Toastmaster Cleta Crasta or to myself as contester before the contest is adjourned. Now, let's meet our contestants. We have 8 contestants competing today. Please allow me to introduce the contestants in the speaking order as determined by a draw of lots. I will announce the names of the contestants and they are requested to respond by switching on the camera and microphone and saying hello as their name is announced. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Razia Raselim Agatha.
Hello.
Hello. I cannot see contestant in spotlight.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Tebby Joy.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Noor Al Nahlawi.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Harish Bilgi.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Devi Narayan.
Hello.
Hello. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Frida Varghese.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Banashri Banerjee.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Let's give all our contestants a big round of applause. So, Master, can we have a click? Thank you. Eligibility. To be eligible, a contestant must be a Toastmaster in good standing, in a club in good standing, not be a current district or international officer, nor have declared the intent to run for district or international office. I confirm that all contestants are eligible to compete. During the contest, I will introduce each contestant by announcing the contestant's name, then the speech title, repeating the speech title and the contestant's name. Are there any questions? Hearing none, proceeding with the contest. So, masters, are you ready? Timers, are you ready? Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Audience, are you ready?
Yes.
Chief Judge, Toastmaster Cleater Crasta. Madam, may I seek your permission to begin the contest?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Chief Judge. It's now time to begin the contest. Our first contestant, Toastmaster Rasia Vaseline Agatha. Toastmaster Rasia, please confirm that timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
They are visible.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Rasia Vaseline Agatha. Make or break. Make or break. Toastmaster Rasia Vaseline Agatha. Contestant number 1.
When I was in kindergarten, my teacher gave us an art assignment. It was a picture of a horse. We were expected to color this horse. After about an hour or two, she asked us to hand in our work. And this was what I handed in. She was furious. She immediately sent me to the principal's office, and the both of them made a call to my parents. When my father arrived, my teacher went into a tizzy. Mr. and Mrs. Rasia, this is completely unacceptable. Raslin is so lazy, she did not complete her work, yada, yada, yada. She goes on and on. When she finally paused and took a breath, my father turned to me and asked me gently, "Sweetheart, why did you not complete your work?" I turned to my father and I replied, "But I did, Papa, look. It's a white horse with a black tail." Contest chair, esteemed judges, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I learned a very important lesson that day, that I'll never be an artist. At 6, that same teacher made me stand on a chair because I was asking too many questions in class. I learned never to clarify my doubts. At 8, my ballet teacher told me that I didn't have the right temperament nor the body structure of a ballerina. I learned I'll never be a dancer. At 13, my music teacher in school told me that I was tone deaf. I learned I'll never be a singer. At 16, I was told I was too chubby to be the drama lead. I learned I'll never be an actress. Blow by blow, my self-esteem got battered. Step by step, individuals who were supposed to have given me support, confidence, and hope instead assaulted my dreams and passion. I am disappointed. Disappointed at the amount of power these people wielded to systematically destroy a young person's dreams and passion. I'm disappointed that the people who were tasked to shape me to take on the future were the very people who attempted to break me, perhaps unwittingly. On the flip side of that coin, however, I found salvation. Mrs. Yvonne Lee, who taught me how to bring out the best in others. Mr. Tan Keng Seng taught me that there can never be too many questions and there's no such thing as a stupid question. Mrs. Mabel Chu taught me that there is an artist in each of us. And Sandy Phillips? Sandy Phillips pushed me beyond my comfort zone only to show me that I had what it took to be the actress I always dreamt of being. And my parents? My parents without fail taught me that if I put my heart, my mind, and my soul into it, I would succeed in anything I choose to undertake. I'm standing here today, brimming with confidence and passion, not because I learned I couldn't be a dancer, an actress, or a singer. I'm standing here today because of the many mentors along the way who mitigated the damage and returned to me my ability to dream and follow my passion. It is because of these mentors that shaped me to become the educator and the mentor I am today. Just a few years ago, I was conducting a poetry presentation class at the Philippine Global School. It's a bunch of 8-year-olds, and I had one rule in my class. Only English was to be spoken. Of course, every teacher will meet that one defiant child, and I met mine. Lance is an energetic and intelligent boy, a little bit of a disruptor in class. He decided to break my one and only rule and started speaking in Tagalog with his classmates. Lance, I asked him, why are you speaking in Tagalog? Lance looked at me with all the defiance an 8-year-old child could master and replied, because I'm Filipino. There he was, waiting for me to either punish him or send him to the principal's office. Instead, I replied, that is an excellent answer. You should always be proud of your heritage. However, this is an English enrichment program. So if I could just ask of you, for that 1 hour we share each day to speak in English, please? Lance was lost for words. But he became one of my best students. In fact, his father asked me what I did because Lance would insist on finishing up Miss Raslin's homework before going to bed. You have the power in your hands. You'll find that you'll be presented many opportunities along the way to either make or break someone's dreams. William Arthur Ward once said, if we seek to discover the best in others, we somehow bring out the best in ourselves. So this is what I ask of you. Bring out the best in you by bringing support as support was brought to you. Bring out the best in you by fostering confidence as confidence was fostered in you. Finally, bring out the best in you by bringing hope as hope was brought to you during your darkest times. And if by chance you ever come across that child who has that picture of the white horse with the black tail, bring out the artist in her. Over to you.
Toastmaster Rasia, Kindly accept the participation certificate. 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is Toastmaster Tebby Joy.
Hi.
Hi. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Tebby Joy. Please confirm, timer 1 and timer 2 screens are visible.
Yes, they are visible to me.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Tebby Joy. Do you really want a haircut? Do you really want a haircut? Toastmaster Tebby Joy, contestant number 2.
A lazy Saturday morning in April 2009. I wake up and look at the mirror and am outraged at myself. That isn't Tebby. I walk into the nearby salon and get my lengthy curly hair chopped off into a boy cut. And I walk out looking like a hedgehog with curly spines. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. 6 months prior to my historic haircut, Lehman Brothers, the 4th largest investment bank in the United States, goes bankrupt. The world is in the shadow of a financial crisis. Oops, what a great season to qualify as a chartered accountant. Amidst scarce opportunities and layoffs, I get placed in a multinational bank in the city of Chennai in India. Kishore Naidu, my boss, stout, astute, and mostly angry. I land in Singapore for my training. I walk into the level 1, tower 1 of Marina Bay Financial Center. Hello, Kenny. I'm your trainer. Kenny is this. Kenny opens up this huge Excel sheet with formulae as long as this. Kenny is in love with VLOOKUPs, macros, and God knows what. Well, just in case you don't understand, don't worry. You've got a great company in me. But I don't have the courage to accept it. After all, I'm a proud, fresh, chartered accountant. I nod my head to everything that Kenny says, as if I'm a pro in Excel. I land back in Chennai after a month. Day 1, my first report goes live, and I goof it up. badly. Kenny sends me this long email, as long as one's grocery list for all 12 months put together. Day 2, my second report, goes live. But this time, I goof it up badly, yet again. Kenny calls me up and asks, Debbie, are you making the same mistake just to be doubly sure? And I have it from the anger personified Kishore. Next day, I reach office at 7 in the morning. I Google around for the formulae, and a 2 hours report I complete in 6 long hours. I leave office that night at 11. This continues. As days pass by, I get exhausted wearing this veil of I know it all. I cry uncontrollably at nights for no reason. And that's when that insane haircut happens. Next morning, my colleagues ask me, what have you done to yourself? I said, well, this is my style. In case you're wondering what has got a haircut to do with not knowing Excel, that's precisely the phase I'm in. I just don't know what I'm doing. I am in absolute anguish. I'm on the verge of depression. I pretend that everything is okay when nothing is okay. One day, I sent an incorrect report to the senior management. Kishore, he takes me for a coffee and he tells me, Debbie, it's okay to share your problem with someone. Had you told me that you don't know advanced Excel, I would have given you that training. I see my veil getting torn apart. I break down. That one conversation with Kishore breaks my shell of pretense. It sinks in that learning starts when I say, I don't know. Please help me. Can you teach me? I should have cut my ego, my unwillingness to reach out, not my hair. Years fast forward, time has opened up a sea of opportunities in front of me. In finance function, in social forums, in Toastmasters. I do grab all of them, but I admit there are more to learn than what I know. Ladies and gentlemen, that skill which you wanted to have, that problem you wanted to solve, that project you wanted to take up, but you did not. Seek out for help. Shed your pride. Doors to progression open from there. Friends, some mornings when you wake up and look at the mirror, you may be outraged at yourself. You may hate this person because he's no longer an achiever. And you may be tempted to take out your frustration on this poor soul. But remember, there are people out who can help you. Reach out. Cut your ego, not your hair. Contest chair.
Toastmaster Debbie Joy, kindly accept your participation certificate. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 3, Toastmaster Noor Al-Nahlawi. Toastmaster Noor Al-Nahlawi, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screen.
I confirm.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Noor Al-Nahlawi. Lemon face. Lemon face. Toastmaster Noor Al-Nahlawi, contestant number 3.
Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. On my wedding day, I was already a mother of 2. Before you jump into conclusions, let me tell you my story. When I was 26, I met my husband. He was 33, divorced, and had 2 beautiful young boys. Many people kept telling me, it's going to be hard to raise boys who are not your own. But in my mind, I was such a wise person. I could perfectly handle raising 2 boys. Little did I know then. I was young and confused. Should I give up the man of my dreams, the perfect match for me, just because I'm intimidated by his children? Then I said to myself, love conquers all. And I got married. But raising boys was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my entire life. Most women start with diapers and breastfeeding, then gradually move on to schools, teenagers, and door slams. In my case, I suddenly found myself living in a foreign country with no family to support me and raising 3 boys. 4, if you count my husband. If I'm going to summarize my feelings in the first few years in one word, it would be fear. I was always in a constant state of fear. Like most mothers, I was overprotective, but my first child had the influence of 2 older brothers. I remember one day we were hiking. The kids were playing around and acting like fools. I was talking to them and trying to ask them to be careful, when suddenly I looked around. I couldn't find my little one. He was only 6. I got worried. Yahya, Yahya, where are you? No one is answering me. The boys got worried. They started searching with me. Yahya is not found. Then I looked up and there he was, standing on a 15-meter cliff, staring at the waters. When the boys saw him, they started shouting, jump, jump. I said, no, come back down. They said, jump. His father joined them. Jump, Yahya, jump. He looked at me, he smiled, and he jumped. That was a glimpse of my life. I've always felt that my stepsons hated me because I was their stepmother. Then I reconnected with my friends and found out that all their teenagers hate them too. That was such a relief. I'm sure some of you can relate. Parenting is tough, but let me tell you how I managed that. Being a stepmother before I was pregnant with my own son was one thing, and after I had him, it was a totally different experience. And the difference was motherly love. This new kind of love was born inside me. It was something that I had never experienced before. When I felt the power of this love in my heart, it took my love for my stepsons to a whole new level. Suddenly, I wanted to do everything right. I read parenting books, I listened to experts, but it was not enough. They were growing up too fast. And in my mind, the right thing was to follow the rules. Go to bed early, get up early, do your homework, study. Rules, rules, and more rules. Do you think it worked? Of course not. My husband has a nickname for me. You think after all this love, it's going to be honey or sugar, but no, it's lemon face, because this is what my face looked like most of the time. If I could go back in time, I would have smiled more. I would have killed my ego. I would have been that friend they can go to when they're too intimidated to talk to their parents. Who wants a home where parents only talk to you about chores and bedtimes? If we can focus our energy on being there for our children, on spending quality time with them, we would actually enjoy the little time we have left with our children. We would raise men and women who are self-confident and fulfilled. So today, I choose to smile when I taste the bitterness of life. Sometimes I even throw away the lemon. I'm now embracing the preciousness of life and doing my best to pursue what truly matters. I'm learning that my actions should be guided by empathy, compassion, and understanding. I'm trying my best not to get hung up on insignificant matters. I'm unlearning that everything needs to be perfect. I am finally applying the true meaning of love conquers all. Over to you, Madam Contest Chair.
Toastmaster Noor El Nahlawi, kindly accept your participation certificate. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 4, Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan. Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screens.
Yes, I can see.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan. Hope. Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan, contestant number 4.
It was a stormy summer night in Florida, well past midnight, pouring rain when I reached my apartment. By the time I reached, I was soaking wet from head to toe. I pulled out my key and put it in the lock. But it didn't open. I banged the door. Help! Help! Is someone there? Please open the door. But nobody opened the door. I was stuck outside my apartment. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, judges, and guests. Whenever I felt hopeless, alone, or in the dark, my mother often said this to me. Sharanya, there is hope. Hold on. Pain ends. There is light at the end of the tunnel. With these words in mind, I decided to call my friends. Friend after friend after friend. Susie, Anne, Jack, Tom. But nobody picked up my call. I was shivering, and it wasn't just from the cold. I didn't know what to do. Then I remembered Florida Mom. Florida Mom was a friend, an old retired engineer, and a person who loved to feed me. She called herself my Florida Mom. I used the last 2% of my phone battery at 2 in the morning to give her a call. Hello, Florida Mom. Without a minute wasted, she rushed to come pick me up. She took me home, gave me a change of clothes, a cup of hot coffee, and a place to stay for the night. As I sipped my coffee, I told her the tragic tale of how my roommate locked me out of my apartment and I had nowhere to go. She sent me off to bed, and the next morning I woke up to a big breakfast. Some eggs, toast, hash browns, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a cup of hot coffee. She sat me down and said, Sharanya, you should have told me you're facing so many issues with your roommates. I want you to go home, pack your bags, and come stay with me for the rest of the summer. Florida Mom did not take no for an answer. When I felt hopeless, alone, and in the dark, she reached out, gave me a home, and made my summer wonderful. I left Florida many years ago, but whenever I remember this time, I remember my mother's words. There is hope. Hold on. Pain ends. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Soon, I moved to Dubai, and everything was smooth sailing until the big pandemic hit. The pandemic sucked the hope and joy from everybody's homes and hearts. And I was no exception. I was unemployed, I had no job, and I had nothing to do. And I also had no friends. I spent all my time in the darkness of my room, just hearing the clock tick, tick, tick. During this time, fellow Toastmaster Raghu came into my life. Raghu was tall and quiet. But whenever he spoke, he talked about the walks that he took at 4 in the morning. I thought this was a good opportunity to wake up early and get my nagging mom off my back. So I called him on it. Raghu, can I join you for a walk? Raghu thought for a minute and said, okay, let's begin tomorrow. The next day at 4 in the morning on the dot, I received a call. It was way too early for me. I put the phone away. But Raghu was not one to give up so easy. He called again. This time I picked up and said, Raghu, we'll go tomorrow. It's very early. I'm still sleepy. Raghu did not take no for an answer. He calmly said, Charanya, there is no tomorrow. We are going today. You have 10 minutes to get ready. For the next year, come rain or shine, Toastmaster Raghu ensured I went for a walk with him. If I didn't pick up the call, he rang the doorbell. During our walks, I learned about how we were so different. While I talk and talk and talk, Toastmaster Raghu remains quiet and prefers to listen. While I narrate the tales of my problematic life, Toastmaster Raghu tells me stories of Oprah Winfrey and Sudha Murthy in hopes that it will bring a little bit of hope back into my life. Soon, I began to feel better, but he started taking me for walks by the beach. As I watched the sun rise above the horizon, I felt hope inside my heart. Toastmaster Raghu transformed me. He made me a morning person. He encouraged me to take positive steps in my life and even complete my MBA. As I began to feel better, I remembered my mother's words once again, that there is hope. Just hold on. Pain ends. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever I have felt hopeless, alone, or in the dark, something or someone brought me out of the darkness, and hope lit the way. Whether it was courage to ask one more person for help or an unlikely friendship during a dark, lonely time. I remember today that whenever the things seem bad, there is hope. So fellow Toastmasters, judges, and guests, when you feel alone, hopeless, or in the dark, and you know not what to do, just remember one thing. There is hope. Just hold on. Pain ends. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Contest check.
Toastmaster Sharanya Narayan, kindly accept your participation certificate. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant is contestant number 5, Toastmaster Harish Bilgi. Toastmaster Harish Bilgi, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screens.
Yes, I do.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Harish Bilgi. All you have is now. All you have is now. Toastmaster Harish Bilgi. Contestant number 5.
A bird in hand is better than 2 in the bushes. I'm sure many of you would have definitely heard this adage. But tell me one thing, is there anyone in the audience who's like me? Someone who pictures his hope, his happiness, and anticipation on the birds in the bushes. In the process, he lets go of the bird in hand. Let's go of the opportunity in hand. Contest chair, fellow contestants, respected judges, and my dear fellow Toastmasters. My father, Bilgi Ramachandra. He was an accomplished artist. Like the great Michelangelo, he too was adept in working in various mediums, right from clay to canvas. Few years back, rather few decades back, when he was staying with me in Middle East, he had painted an oil portrait of the ruler of the country. And my father wanted to present that painting personally to His Highness. So we approached the palace office. They obliged and invited us to palace. My father and myself made it to palace. And my father was able to personally hand over the painting to His Highness. His Highness had a close look at the painting. And after some time, he led us to his private chamber. As we entered the private chamber, we saw there was one more oil portrait of His Highness on the wall. Few years ago, I had commissioned one Italian artist to do this for me. How is it, Mr. Ramchandra? It's beautiful, sir. No, Mr. Ramchandra. Today, I'm going to remove this painting from here and replace it with the painting done by you. My dear friends, that was probably one of the best compliments my dad had ever received for his professional work. I was on cloud 9 because I always knew that my dad's work was at par with the works of all these great Italian artists like Da Vinci, like Michelangelo. In fact, when we were going home, I told my dad, Dad, sometimes I feel that you are Michelangelo resurrected, reborn. My dad laughed, patting me on my back. He said, come on. You can't compare me with that great Italian artist. By the way, you are my David, my best creation. Me, David, a pot-bellied David. I'm sure someone out there in the audience is having a hearty laugh looking at this David, who looks more like that burly Australian cricketer, David Boone. Friends, this conversation had taken place 30 years ago. The day when I had decided that I would take my parents to Italy, especially my father, because I wanted him to visit all the places where the works of these great Italian masters are still standing. 30 years ago, a fresh engineering graduate lands in Middle East, takes up his maiden job as a sales executive. You can very well guess the kind of salary he would have drawn then. I could have embarked on this trip then and there itself, had I stretched my wallet, pinched my purse. But then I thought, let me give myself 2 years of time so that I could accumulate enough kitty to make this trip more comfortable for my parents. But after 2 years, things changed. There was a marriage in my family. My parents could not leave India, so I had to postpone trip to Italy. After 2 more years, I got married. I had to postpone trip to Italy. After a year or so, my eldest son was born. I had to postpone trip to Italy. Year after year, I was postponing trip to Italy for want of funds, for want of additional time. Friends, today, as I stand before you, I can confidently vouch that today I can embark on any trip, anywhere, anytime, any place, with anybody. But for my parents, I lost my dad. He left us. He left us a few years ago, leaving all those sweet memories behind for us to cherish, and that guilt feeling in my mind that I could not fulfill a small wish of taking him to the land of great masters. I wish I knew the power of now. I wish I knew how to cherish the present moment. I wish I knew that tomorrow I cannot own it. Today is all that is mine. I have to make it or break it into something more divine. I wish I had not let go of the bird in hand. Friends, All that we have is now, this moment, the present moment. Our life tends to become more meaningful the moment we realize that this moment is never going to repeat twice in your life. 2 months back, I was extremely busy, flying in and out of Dubai many times. My eldest son had decided to relocate himself to India. He had taken up a job, new country, new place, new company, new friends for him. We wanted him to settle quickly and comfortably. Meanwhile, my club had announced annual speech contest. For a moment, I thought, let me not participate this year. I'll do it next year. But soon did I realize the mistake which I was about to commit once again of letting go of opportunity in hand. I have realized life has to be lived in this moment because rest everything is uncertain. Remember, dear friends, all you have is now, this moment, the present moment. All you have to do is to grab it and make it into something big so that tomorrow you yourself will be amazed when you look back that you have successfully converted yesterday's now into today's wow. In the words of Michael Jordan, live in the moment for the moment. Remember, a bird in hand is better than 2 in the bush. Whoosh! Contested.
Toastmaster Harish Bilgi, kindly accept your participation certificate. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 6, Toastmaster Devi Narayan. Toastmaster Devi Narayan, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screens.
Good afternoon, Contest Chair. Yes, I can see the timer 1 and timer 2.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Devi Narayan. All that we have, Toastmaster Devi Narayan, contestant number 6.
Do you have a lucky ritual? I have one, being late. Trust me, have you ever met someone who was late for the first day of their very first job? I was. Glancing at my watch, juggling with a big bag that had everything under the sun. The ladies would know what I mean. I ran into the elevator. Fortunately, a man with a big bag, bigger smile, and even bigger belly held the elevator open. While getting out, I noticed a struggle between his bag and his belly to come out first. Fortunately, the belly succeeded. Contest chair, esteemed judges, fellow Toastmasters, good afternoon. That day, after the induction, I was shown my seat. Guess who was on the next seat? Right, the man with a big belly. Though not as big as some of the ones in this virtual room.
I didn't know then that this big-bellied man, Frederick, would later play an important role in my life. On his work desk was a family photo. As I glanced towards it, he said, "Oh, that's a 5-year-old picture. The kids have grown taller, but my wife looks younger now." And with pride in his eyes, he said, "They are all I have." Frederick and I became good friends. He became my go-to person for snacks. Now you know the reason for his big belly. As time passed, I started admiring Frederick for his hard work and meticulous planning. But what I loved most in him was his passion towards life. He had planned everything, including his children's education. He would say, "The first one wants to go to medicine. I'll send him home back to the Philippines. The second one wants to do journalism. I think I'll send him to the UK. The third one, very lazy, like his mother." At work, Frederick was a star performer. He was indeed the go-to person, not only for snacks, but for guidance too. But he was a workaholic and would put in long working hours, sacrificing family time. Whenever I asked him, he would say, "After all, I retired at 50 and would then have all the time in the world to travel with my family." He had a zest for life and clearly looked forward to the future. February 2nd, 2 days before his 40th birthday, his wife and 3 children were killed in a tragic car accident. In the blink of an eye, his world changed. While he was away, I kept looking at his work desk and that family photo. His words, "They are all I have," kept echoing in my ears. When he returned, understandably, he was no longer a star performer. Work stress, personal setbacks impacted his health, and he was under medical treatment for months. That same year, I lost my grandfather. Now, my childhood holidays were filled with memorable trips to my grandparents in India. My grandfather, though extremely strict with his daughter, my mom, would yield to all my demands. As I started working, my visits became less frequent. "When will I get to see you?" "Very soon, Grandpa." I thought I had time. The truth is, time waits for no one. Zora Hurston had said, "There are years that ask questions and years that answer." That year, Frederick's story and my experiences made me ask several questions. The most profound question was, is there anything permanent in life? I reflected at my own life from childhood to now. Even the slightest defeats used to tear me apart, and the tiniest victories used to enthrall me. My mom's words came to my rescue. Life is like an ocean with waves that make you go up and down. When you are up, you feel you have everything. When you're down, you feel you have nothing. The truth is, both these feelings have no value because there is nothing that was or will be forever yours. All your possessions, accomplishments, friends might not be there with you always. Your only possession is now. But what do you and I do? We keep complaining about the past, worrying about the future, and comparing our lives with others. I often say, her Instagram is more happening than mine. We forget that life is a journey, not a competition. We forget that this moment, whether beautiful or ugly, will not last forever. Friends, put hands on your heart and think. Do you want to spend your time regretting about the past that's over, or worrying about an uncertain future? Or do you want to live your life to the fullest with your loved ones today? Bob Marley rightly said, some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Step out of the rat race. Feel the rain. Smell the roses. Friends, the moment past is no longer. The future may never be. The present moment is all that you and I have for certain. Grasp it, embrace it, and celebrate it, knowing that this is all that you and I have. Contester.
Toastmaster Devi Narayan, I request you to kindly accept your participation certificate. One minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 7, Toastmaster Frida Verghese. Toastmaster Frida, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screens.
Yes, I can.
Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I have my own competition.
Sorry, once again. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 7, Toastmaster Frida Verghese. A kiss on the forehead. A kiss on the forehead. Toastmaster Frida Verghese, contestant number 7.
Life was beautiful. We all feel blessed when things are normal. Do we forget to count our blessings when something unexpected unfolds in life? Mr. Contestant, respected judges, fellow Toastmasters and friends. As human beings, we are forced to face changes in life. Both fortunate, unfortunate, happy and sad. It could be the first day at school, first crush, first breakup, failure in the exam, first job, first marriage, and getting diagnosed with illness. Changes and challenges in life are inevitable. My father always told me, Frida, expect the unexpected in life. And remember, failing to plan is planning to fail. I heard him, but carried on, thinking nothing could go wrong in my life. Coming to this beautiful country was a plan. Getting married to a man whom I never met was a convenient plan. Going back to work after family and children was an intelligent plan. Getting into sales and selling ERP products was yet another calculated plan. Having 2 children was obviously our family plan. Come 2016, and things changed. We took Sarah, our 3-year-old little daughter, to the hospital for her speech delay. After a week stressed and steady, doctor called us over and told us, Sarah has floating harbor syndrome that was affecting her growth and her speech. I couldn't believe. I felt like earth was shaking. My head started spinning. I held on somehow and called for the doctor. I said, "Doctor, please check. This cannot be my daughter's report." Doctor was silent. I flipped through the report in the search of something that said Sarah is perfectly okay. Joey, please tell the doctor that she is our daughter. She has nothing wrong in her. She's perfectly okay. I pleaded my husband. I expected some medical expert to come over, look at the report and say the hospital, the people, the bunch of ignorant fools, and declare my Sarah perfectly okay. No such miracle happened. I was going through the first step of unexpected change, denial. As it happens with all of us, when we wake up in the morning and hear that we lost our loved ones. We go to work, come back home, losing our job. We just get into the mode of denial. No, this cannot be true. No, I can't take it. Before I realized, I blamed everything and everyone on the universe as a reason of my problem. I cried, why me? Why my little Sarah? Why should this happen to my innocent daughter? I blamed myself, my fate, my curse, my punishment. I have to take on this burden throughout my life. Cried and cried over it. Joey walked up to me one day and placed his hand over my shoulders and said, "Frida, emotional pain lasts for 20 minutes. Rest everything is self-inflicted. Don't give up. Don't break up. Sarah needs you the most." Those words gave me courage. A while later, my elder son, Steve, came to me. "Mama, why Sarah is not coloring with me? She is not able to color with me like my other friends. Why?" I kissed him and said, "Sarah is our little angel. She may take time to color the pictures, but she is the one who colors our world." That was a magical moment for all of us. Steve got excited and found his way to help his little sister checking for YouTube for more drawing ideas, teaching Sarah new techniques. Steve opened the new doors for our happiness. We decorated our home with smiles and filled it with laughter in the hope of seeing Sarah healing and enjoying her journey. The situation did not change, but life changed. It became beautiful. It became beautiful. As I was practicing my speech today, my little Sarah came to me. She wanted to know what I was doing. I told her, "Mama is going to talk about you." She gave me a wide smile. I kissed on her forehead. I could see a wide smile spreading across her face. That smile made me forget everything, whatever doubts, nervousness I had in my mind about the speech today. That very moment vanished. I relaxed. Dear fellow Toastmasters, unfortunate events may hit our life. You may be in the state of denial or spend time blaming the whole universe. I'm happy that I kiss my problem on its forehead and smiling as I speak to you. When are you kissing your problems, your challenges on its foreheads? Contest chair.
Toastmaster Frida Varghese, kindly accept your participation certificate. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their scores. Our next contestant, contestant number 8, Toastmaster Banashree Banerjee. Toastmaster Banashree, please confirm if you can see timer 1 and timer 2 screens.
I confirm, I can see.
I request you to come little forward. Sorry, little backward. Yes. Please repeat after me. I am my own competition.
I am my own competition.
I confirm you are audible and visible. Contestant number 8, Toastmaster Banashree Banerjee. The cocktail. The cocktail, Toastmaster Banashree Banerjee. Contestant number 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you know how to make a perfect cocktail? Or let me ask, have you seen someone making a perfect cocktail? Let me tell you, the formula to make a perfect cocktail lies in finding the perfect balance between its different ingredients. Some of these ingredients may be a little bitter in taste. But when actual blending happens, the magical flavor of the cocktail comes up. Good afternoon, contest chair, Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Just like this cocktail, I am a cocktail myself. But the younger me was not as exciting as this one. I was a notorious girl of my neighborhood. All these ladies in the building used to tell their children not to play with me. And my mother, she used to ask me, where have you inherited this behavior from? I'm sure this has come from your father's side. Ma, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yes, I was notorious. My notoriousness multiplied when I met my soulmate, Sunil. He accepted me the way I am. You know why? Because he too was the rebellious, the wild man in the college who was known for all the rampages in the campus. We both were in love. As physics says, like poles repel, but to the contrary, we both created chemistry, electricity, biology. But my mother could not accept. She stopped talking to me for months on end. And when she did speak, we only had fights and arguments. I still remember it was 14th of Jan. We both were going in a car and the topic of Sunil came up. And she warned me, you better come out of this relationship with Sunil. He is going to ruin your life. You cannot tell me what to do, Ma. I know how to deal with my life. You better deal with it or just get lost. With tears in her eyes, she stepped out of the car. Little did I know, she was stepping out of my life too. Today, even if I compromise the entire world for her, I cannot get a call back from her ever. My life moved on with my beloved Sunil. With unprecedented excitement, I gave birth to my little angel, Ria. Ria came with a lot of extra. The bartender, he concocted a unique cocktail for me with lots of extra set of chromosomes in all her cells. Yes, she was born with Down syndrome. My dear friends, it is true that some of the best ingredients of life taste bitter when tasted alone. I'm ashamed to say that night I wanted to run away from the hospital or leave this in the hospital. And I did something like that. I called the nurses. Please come and take this away. I don't want to see. Looking at my temperament, they ran to save the child. I just stopped them. When I looked at her eyes, I just realized that she was whispering and telling me, Ma, I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. And that moment onward, there was no looking back. I knew her ability not to speak made me speechless. Her fight for survival became my own fight. And we both started knocking at each and every door for advices, for medications, for therapies, for mantras, chantras, everything. Then I realized it is her fight to cope up with the world. In reality, she has changed me and Sunil. And she has propelled us to become a better human being. Today, Ria can walk. Today, Ria can swim and skate. And when she comes down from the school bus and wishes me a happy Mother's Day every single day of the year, I can see the flavor of the cocktail she is becoming. I know we have miles to go before we can sleep. But Ma, are you happy now? Ladies and gentlemen, we are all cocktails of different ingredients. And some of these ingredients come in the form of disappointing events. Do not despair. Remember, you are blessed with the strength to change this disappointment into your stronger life. Mix them and blend them with the strong, smooth ingredients of your life. Today, as I raise the toast for the last time, I encourage all of you to be that bartender who can take on life's challenges head on and never gives up. I am requesting all of you to raise your own glasses. Today, raise your own glasses and say, we are the change, what we want to see, the change in the world. Propel yourself to be that bartender who can create a cocktail which all of you would crave to have. My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, be the best bartender of your life. Over to you, Contest Chair.
Toastmaster Banasri Banerjee, kindly accept your participation certificate. Now I request to observe 3 minutes of silence for the judges to mark their scores and finalize the results. Chief Judge, can I proceed?
Just a minute. Can you take me and the tally counters to the breakout room? Zoom master. And contest chair, just wait for 2 minutes. I will just get back to you. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Zoom master, can you shift me and the tally counters to the breakout room?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our contestants a big round of applause. Congratulations to all the participants who have presented their international speech. Zoom Master, can I have contestant number 6, Toastmaster Devi Narayan? Hello, Toastmaster Devi Narayan. While reading your hobbies, I came across you are a painter. You are muted.
Yes, contest chair. I do painting as a hobby.
Yeah, you do mural painting as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you please tell me your experience in mural paintings?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I started painting using watercolors, and then I subsequently moved on to oil paints and acrylics. Very recently, I started learning the art of mural painting, which is traditionally done in the southern part of India, in Kerala primarily. It used to be done on the temple walls and palaces. I've started doing that as a hobby on canvas using acrylic paints.
Okay. So still you are doing. I have seen your profile pictures about this mural paintings and all.
Thank you. I try my best to do, but unfortunately, I do not get much time to spend on painting after work. But I try to paint whenever I get the time to.
Okay. Thank you for giving that insight on mural painting.
Thank you, Contessa.
So, Master, please confirm if Chief Judge is back. Can I have Toastmaster Rasia? So, Master, can you please spotlight contestant number 1, Toastmaster Rasia?
Hi. Oops, sorry.
Hello, Toastmaster Rasia. Please share with us your funny experience as a teacher.
The funniest experience as a teacher. I would say Lance was probably my funniest experience, but there was one time when I went into class and I was trying to pronounce a word that I couldn't pronounce in front of a group of 5-year-old kids, and they actually pronounced the word better than me, which is, and up to today I still can't pronounce this word, a child doctor. Pediatrician? Pediatrician? See, I still cannot pronounce that word. And I kept tripping over myself every time I had to say that word. I still can't pronounce it. as you can tell.
Okay, thank you for sharing your experience. This concludes the International Speech Contest, and I hereby adjourn the District 105 DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. I thank District 105 contest officials for giving me the opportunity to be the contester. May I request Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anand, to take the proceedings forward.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shanima, our contest chair, for conducting that thought-provoking and compelling international speech contest with such panache. Dear beautiful Toastmasters and guests, Aristotle once said that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Our contestants today have demonstrated extreme levels of patience, and now it is time to reward them for this very patience. So I would now like to invite our vivacious Master of Ceremonies for the morning segment, Toastmaster Sangeeta Dinesh Pakia Raja, who will facilitate the declaration of results for the International Speech Contest and Evaluation Speech Contest semifinals for Group A. Over to you, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand Nadarajan, the Master of Ceremony, for the second session today. Again, everyone, I'm sure you all are now on the edge of your seats, getting ready to know the results of who will be qualified for the next round. To be honest, I am literally feeling the ill-biting moment. So let's dive into find out who are the qualifiers. Are you ready? Can I see some emojis, please? Are you ready? Yes, great. Let me now call the contest chairs of the International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A, Master Silja Vignesh, to announce these qualifiers. Let's hear it for the contest chair, Toastmaster Silja Vignesh.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Sangeeta, for the wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. And now the moment we have been waiting for the announcement of the qualifiers. May I request all the contestants switch on your camera, please. International semi-final Group A contest. Toastmaster Preeti Sambalwal. May I request, please switch on your camera. Toastmaster Harsh. Yes.
Her camera is switched on, I think. Yeah.
Thank you. Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Thank you. Toastmaster Yusuf Alawadi. Toastmaster Fasana Nias. Toastmaster Syed Hussaini. Toastmaster Sebastian D'Souza. Toastmaster Isa Lagari. Toastmaster Mustafa Altasi. Thank you. I am happy to announce there are no time disqualifications. Let me announce the qualifiers in no particular order. The qualifiers for District 105 DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A in no particular order. Once again, the qualifiers for District 105 DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A in no particular order. Toastmaster Yusuf Wadi. Toastmaster Isa Lagari. Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Congratulations to all the winners. Once again, congratulations to all the winners, International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A in DTAC. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. I thank District 105 DTAC 2023 for providing me this opportunity to be the contest chair. May I now request the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Sangeeta Dinesh, to take the proceedings forward. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sylvia Vignesh, for handing over the certificates and revealing the qualifiers for the next round of International Speech Contest. Let's hear it for Toastmaster Sylvia Vignesh and also for the qualifiers. Are you all with me? Are you ready to check who will be the Evaluation Speech Contest qualifiers? I am happy to welcome Toastmaster Subiya Mushir, the backup contest chair for Evaluation Speech Contest Semi-Final Group A, to disclose the qualifiers. Let's give a huge round of applause to welcome her. Toastmaster, the virtual screen is all yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Toastmaster Subiya Mushir, the backup contest chair for Speech Evaluation Semi-Finals Group A. The moment we have been waiting for is here, the announcement of the qualifiers. But before that, may I request all the contestants of Speech Evaluation Semi-Finals Group A to switch on their cameras, please? Can we have them spotlighted? We have Toastmaster Anita Naidu, Toastmaster Hariharan V, Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Please switch on your cameras so that you're spotlighted. Thank you. Toastmaster Anita Naidu. Toastmaster Sunita Nair. Toastmaster Najiba Narshad. Toastmaster Suresh R. Kartha. Yeah, you're there. Toastmaster Rajiba Narshad. Can we have our esteemed contestants spotlighted? Okay, let us continue. Please be reminded that once the results have been announced, all decisions are final. It's a pleasure to announce that there is no time disqualification. The qualifiers for District 105 DTAC 2023 Speech Evaluation Contest Semifinal A, in no particular order, are let's have the qualifiers of the Speech Evaluation Contest, Semifinals Group A, DTAC 2023. The names are in no particular order. Toastmaster Hariharan V. Toastmaster Hariharan V. Many congratulations. We have Toastmaster Hashim Halim. Toastmaster Hashim Halim. And Toastmaster Suresh Kartha. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our contestants who have qualified for the finals. Please give a big round of applause to our contestants, to our qualifiers by using the reaction button at the bottom of your screen, please. Thank you. This concludes the District 105 DTAC 2023 Speech Evaluation Contest Semi-Final Group A. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. I thank District 105 for providing me with this opportunity. May I now request the Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Sangeeta Didnesh, to take the proceedings forward. Over to you, ma'am. The screen is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subiya Mushir, the contest chair for Evaluation Speech Contest, Semi-Final Group A. Let's put your hands together again for Toastmaster Subiya Mushir, the backup contest chair, and of course, for the qualifiers. Before I wind up, how many of you know about hummus? Hummus is an Eastern Mediterranean and Egyptian food. It's a pretty popular dip universally and also a good protein provider, made from cooked and mashed chickpeas or other beans, and then blended with tahini, olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and garlic. How many of you have eaten hummus? Can I get some show of hands or some emojis? Wow. But you all must be wondering why I'm talking about hummus now, right? Because today is International Hummus Day. International Hummus Day started in 2013, but millions of people all over the world now come together, host events, learn to make hummus, and gather with friends to enjoy all it has to offer. And all you need to do to celebrate today, the Hummus Day, is to have it on any of your meal, take photos, videos, and share it in your social media. And there is a website called hummusday.com. You can actually go and check it for yourself. Also, share some love with hummus. Speaking about hummus, when you think of food, naturally the one that comes to mind is homemade food. Home is mom for us, correct? So we should not forget about our mothers and all the mothers in the world. Well, tomorrow is the World Mother's Day. We will all be having thousands of stories about our mothers, their sacrifices, their love, and what they have done and more. And that is why Mother's Day is celebrated every year on the second Sunday of May, honor motherhood, and is observed in different forms throughout the world. Mother's Day was founded by Anna Jarvis, who have been given the idea of celebrating Mother's Day in honor of mothers and motherhood in 1907. And this day was recognized in 1914. Do give your mother the respect and love. Spare some time with her. Give her a call, a gift, or something. Make her happy and feel the happiness of her with yourself. Just a small reminder. Thank you so much, everyone. And that's all from me today. Now is the time to call my counterpart for the remaining announcements of the results, Toastmaster Ananth Nadarajan. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta, for that energy and power-packed presentation. Before I even invite our contest chair for the declaration of the International Speech Semi-Finals Group B result, I would like you to dwell a little bit on the theme of our DTAC 2023, propelling progress. I'm sure throughout this meeting, throughout the morning session even, you would have heard of countless tales of people, of leaders, of businessmen propelling progress. Today, let us just listen to one more, another tale of a sportsman, or a sportswoman rather, in this case, who propelled progress in her life and became a beacon of inspiration for everyone. The story starts in 2003, when a 13-year-old rising surf star, Bethany Hamilton, lost her left arm during a 14-foot tiger shark attack. She was devastated after this attack, and as her left arm was amputated, ending her dream career. However, with great resilience and with greater willpower, she returned to surfing, and within 2 years, won her first national surfing title. Bethany believed that faith had been her backbone, her strength, her source of truth and hope. At 17 years old, in 2007, she realized her dream of surfing professionally, and till date is an active surfing competitor even after becoming a mother. She has been able to touch a large number of lives, not just due to her physical prowess, but due to her inspiration, her message of faith, charity, and overall spirit. Even till this date, as an author, as a motivational speaker, and as a professional surfer, she touches millions of lives. When she was asked about how she manages to do it all, and make one of the biggest comebacks in history. She just said, life is a lot like surfing. When you get caught in the impact zone, you just have to get back up because you never know when the next wave will hit you. A lot of us know of Thomas Alva Edison, the inventor of light bulb. And when he invented light bulb, he just said that I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways of making a light bulb that won't work. It was this willingness of trying new ideas and persevering through adversity, which eventually brightened our lives for good. Another example of this very spirit of standing through adversity and developing fortitude was demonstrated by Mark Cuban. We all know Mark Cuban as an entrepreneur, an investor, and an owner of the basketball team Dallas Mavericks. But he's also been a salesman. He has sold protein powders and failed at that. And he was a bartender, a disco dancing instructor, and even at one point of his life, a seller of garbage bags. He even slept at the floor of an apartment with 5 other guys when he was trying to start his own business. Despite all these challenges, these rejections, these closed doors, he persevered and eventually co-founded Broadcast.com, which was later sold to Yahoo for a whopping $6 billion. He invested these funds in other ventures to promote people, including the very popular TV show Shark Tank. It is his story which is a testament to the power of propelling progress through hard work, perseverance, determination, regardless of what challenges he faces. A quote by him very beautifully sums up this attitude, where he says, I have learned it doesn't matter how many times you've failed. You need to be right only one time. Winners are often the ones who make the most errors because they never quit. Speaking of never quitting, I think it's time we move on to the results of this evening. And I would like to invite our contest chair, Toastmaster Shanima Khalid, to declare the results of the International Speech Contest Semi-Final Group B. Over to you, Toastmaster Shanima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Good evening once again. And now the moment we have been waiting for, the announcement of the qualifiers for Speech Contest Semi-Final B. I request all the contestants to switch on their video. Let me announce, there is no disqualification due to time. The qualifiers for District 105 DTAC 2023 International Speech Contest Semi-Final B in no particular order. The qualifiers are Toastmaster Harish Bilgi, Toastmaster Banasri Banerjee, and Toastmaster Devi Narayan. Congratulations to all the qualifiers and good luck to the contest ahead. I request the Zoom Master to capture this moment along with our Chief Judge and the qualifiers. Congratulations once again. Toastmasters and guests, thank you for your support. Now, I request Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Anand, to take the proceedings forward.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair Toastmaster Shanima. I heartily congratulate all our qualifiers and wish them the best of luck in their journey ahead. It has been said that teamwork makes the dream work. So I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all our role players, our timers, our sergeant at arms, our tally counters, contest chair, our chief judge, and their distinguished panel of judges. I would also like to thank all our backup role players who supported us in making this mega event successful and memorable. I would also like to thank our sponsor for today, Nimbus Logistics and Cargo LLC, for enabling us in the facilitation of this contest. Last, but definitely not the least, I would like to thank the DTAC education team for providing me with this privilege of being and serving as your Master of Ceremonies today. District dignitaries, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we come to the culmination of the District 105 DTAC 2023 Day 1. We will meet again, and that will be on May 19th, 2023, Friday, Day 2 at 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time, with the fabulous table topic session, contest semi-final Group A and Group B. I urge you to please mark your calendars. It is on May 19th, 2023, Friday at 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. Until then, let us keep propelling ourselves and our communities with progress. Goodbye, stay safe. Before I sign off, I request all the organizers and all the role players to please stay on the meeting link. Signing off now is your MC, Toastmaster Anand Natarajan. Thank you, everyone.